Welcome back. Today, Rita writes and says, Dear Katie, my first grader floated a new word in the car on the way home today, transgender. Apparently, she has a friend in school with an uncle who is trans. How do I talk to her about this concept at her level? She's 6 years old. Thanks, Rita. Okay, Rita, we had a CanaVox state leader tackle this a couple years ago, and I loved her answer. Here's what happened. One of her kids mentioned transgender at the dinner table. There was a mix of ages between 4 through 14 in front of her, so she kept it simple. She reminded them that they either have boy parts or girl parts. If they have boy parts, they have a boy body, and that means they are a boy. If they have girl parts, they have a girl body, and that means they are a girl. Being a girl doesn't mean that you have to love pink and princesses, and being a boy doesn't mean that you have to love frogs and guns. There are lots of different personality traits and interests that boys and girls can have. But being a boy or being a girl is much more basic than any of that. This mom assured her kids that they never need to worry about what they are. Just look to their bodies for the answer. Now, she also had a 12 and 14-year-old in front of her, so she followed up with them in a private conversation. To them, she explained that there are some people who call themselves transgender, who are uncomfortable with being either male or female. In their mind, they believe they are the opposite sex, and they may say things like, I'm a boy trapped in a girl's body. But the reality is that biologically speaking, they are indeed male or female. It's just that mentally, for reasons we don't always know, they struggle to accept their biology. We should be very compassionate towards these people, but also hope that they can find a good therapist who can help them embrace the amazing design of their bodies. This mom also explained that transgenderism is very similar to anorexia. In both cases, there's a disconnect between reality and the person's perception of themselves. In the case of anorexia, a very thin person believes they are fat and seeks to change their body through dangerously restricting their diet. In the case of the transgender individual, they believe they are the opposite sex and seek to change their body through hormones or surgery. Just as we would encourage the person with anorexia to seek help so they can avoid harming their bodies, we should encourage the transgender person to do the same. I loved this mom's answer because she translated these truths in age-appropriate ways. First in simple language for her 10 and unders, and then in a more sophisticated conversation with her teens. She pulled a classic CanaVox move, talking to your kids first, and thereby establishing yourself as the expert. Now her kids come back to her for more information about the topic whenever new situations arise. So Rita, let your mom genius communicate these truths in age-appropriate ways as your child grows. And if you want to become your own expert on the topic, check out our CanaVox reading groups, so you're always prepared for tough conversations. Good luck.